Hi, it's Debbie Sibert. I just wanted to shoot a quick video because, whenever I read a book, it always means so much more to me if I know the author or at least something about the author. So I thought I'd take a few minutes to give you a little insight into me, my life, my heart, my motivation behind writing these books. And I hope maybe this will help because let's face it, if you're not a friend of mine, you would have no reason to know me or anything about me. I'm certainly no celebrity, and while I am educated, I don't have any fancy degrees or designations behind my name. In fact, I feel a lot like the Casting Crowns song, I'm just a nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody who saved my soul. I have to say, I do love the Lord my God with all my heart, soul, mind, and strength, and I strive to love my neighbor as myself. But I'm basically a mother of three, a grandmother of nine, married to the love of my life, the same man, for over 40 years now, and just feel really blessed. I feel like I've definitely had my ups and downs like anyone else, but I feel like God has been so faithful and to our family and has really blessed us to the point where I feel like I need to give back. And while we do, my husband and I do give back in ministry at our church, I just have felt so inadequate when it comes to writing, especially a book. And I felt like God's been after me to do this for the longest time. And I don't know why I would feel like I can strong arm God, but that's kind of what I've been doing. I've been resisting forever, it seems, just listening to the wrong voices in my head. And I realized I've been having limiting beliefs. Have you ever had limiting beliefs? I just kept hearing so much chatter and noise above, it would just drown out the voice of God. I kept hearing stuff like, you write a book? You don't even like to write. You don't even like to write a short thank you note. You never take notes. I mean, you really seriously write a book? Besides, who would read a book from you? Nobody knows you. Your name means nothing. So, I mean, that's the kind of stuff I was listening to for a really long time. And I kept thinking, I need to know how God's going to use this. I mean, this is a lot of effort to go into writing books. I mean, my goodness. When I do anything, I throw myself into it. And I just thought, I don't know if I want to do this. But I've been living by a mantra most of my adult life, as far back as I can remember. And I'm always telling everyone else, God is sovereign. He's in control. He's faithful. He's trustworthy. He's got your back. He has your best interests in mind. You can count on him. And yet, and I believe that. But when it came to this whole book thing, I was not trusting him. I needed to know how he was going to use it and everything. And besides just writing books, it means building a website. It means building social media presence. It means doing videos. It means marketing. And I think I can't do any of that. I don't know how to do that. And you know what? I can't do that. But when God calls us to do something, he empowers us. And I want to tell you my takeaway from this whole experience. And I hope it's something you can take away as well. I hope this can be a learning video as well as just getting to know me a little bit. What I've learned is when God calls us to do something, we need to be obedient. Please do as I say and not as I do. Don't try to strong arm God like I did. When he says for us to do something and you feel like he's really impressing on you to do something, what we need to do is say, yes, Lord. Now, what was the question? What is it you wanted me to do? And be so ready and willing to be obedient and to step out in faith and trust him. That's what I was not doing. And he will have your back. I mean, he will empower you. And you will experience the peace and the joy and the freedom of knowing you're walking in his will. You won't be carrying the burden that I did for years. I can't tell you how empowering it is for me to finally be obedient to him. And you know what? Even if he doesn't do anything with these books, which I hope he does, because the content is awesome that he has given me, and I know if they get in the hands of the right people, it will change their lives. But my life has been changed just by the experience. Doing the research, digging into the scriptures to back up everything that I say. I mean, I have become so much more confident, and my convictions have just been solidified, and I have grown so much in my faith, in my walk, in my confidence, in everything from doing this. And I'm just so grateful that he doesn't give up on us. You know, even though we can be so unfaithful, he's so faithful to us. And so I hope you'll take that away. You know, the scripture, Galatians 2:20, the first part of it says, I am crucified with Christ. It's no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. And what I have learned, and I know this sounds like an oxymoron, but the surrendered life, the obedient life, the crucified life, that is actually the victorious life. When we finally learn to die to self, give up our control, let God do his thing, which is so much better than what we could ever do on our own, then we will experience the victorious life. And so that's my takeaway for you. I hope it makes sense. And I hope that these books will be a blessing to you or someone you know. I encourage you, look at the descriptions for each one. There's even a place where you can download an excerpt from each one so you can see a bit about the contents and see if it's something you think would resonate with you or anybody you know. And just if you would help get the word out, that would just be awesome. So anyway, thank you for indulging me. I'm sorry this has probably gone too long, but I appreciate our time together. And while I probably don't know you, I love you with the love of Christ. And while we will probably never meet on this earth, I hope to see you in heaven. So take care and God bless. Bye-bye.